Hi there, my name is Michael and I run the site Nikon.ca. I'm here today to show you all the great new features that no one else has shown you about the new iPhone OS 4 Beta 1. If you stay tuned, you'll see as many features as we can possibly show you all on one video clip. Stay tuned. This is Michael from Nikon.ca. I'm here today to give you a review of the Apple iPhone OS 4 software, that the parts of it that you haven't seen on any other YouTube video or even on the Apple keynote from 2 days ago. I'm an iPhone developer. I haven't developed any apps yet, but I did pay for the service to get iPhone OS 4 Beta onto my phone. I'm going to show you some features that you haven't seen, and here we go. I'm going to also show you aspects of the features you probably haven't seen in enough detail. Let's get right into it. We have a 10-minute restriction, thanks to YouTube's rules and restrictions. Here we go. Multitasking, simple to do. Double-click the home button. You can scroll through any apps that you've previously run. It'll return you exactly to where you were. The one thing to mention during this is that even though multitasking works on the native applications, there is no support for them working on App Store applications at this time. Reason being, OS 4 just got released to developers and they won't be able to publish their OS 4 compatible applications until the service is released. So in the meantime, multitasking is great, but it doesn't work perfectly with everything. If I load my TomTom GPS software or Facebook or Sirius satellite radio and then multitask into settings or mail or somewhere else, I won't be able to resume exactly where I was in those third-party apps. The default iPhone apps do support it. I can go back into settings and be exactly where I left myself in settings. That's basically multitasking right now. It will be far superior to any other form, especially Palm Pre and Android, where those multitasking do run full services in the background, which will mean your battery will last less and less and less. I've seen posts where people have said that Android and Palm Pre's multitasking kicks the snot out of Apple's multitasking. Well, we can easily say that Apple's multitasking will not kill the battery like Android's and Pre's multitasking will do. Let's get into the folders. Folders is pretty, as you can see, I've got a ton of applications. Folders do have a restriction of 12 applications per folder at the most. This is something that Apple may change before the final release, but we will explore the maximum of 12. To create a folder, you simply get your icons into edit mode, drag them over top of each other, it makes a folder. It names it based off the category of the majority apps that you found, the category of where they're stored in iTunes. In this case, I joined my TomTom and traffic software, and it's called navigation. It can be renamed to whatever you want it to be. To get rid of a folder, you want to make sure they're jiggling and just get your icons back onto the home screen. To get rid of a folder, all icons must be removed. If I can get in there again, let's try that. It's not letting me in. Glitch. Let's try that again. Won't let me in at all? Well, great thing is you can edit right from within the folder too. There we go. Folder's gone now. You can put folders in your dock. You can fill everything up and have one page. Next thing, wallpaper. Wallpaper on your home screen, as you can see I have one. This is a picture I took out in the Rocky Mountains, the Canadian Rockies, between BC and Alberta last weekend. This is a frozen waterfall that I found. We should note right now there are some glitches in the actual wallpaper applications. If you try to apply it directly from photos, it will not work. The only way to get your wallpapers to work is to go through your wallpaper setting in settings. Screenshots of how this works are available on my website, Nikon.ca, NYK0N.ca. Let's go through some of the settings that have changed or have new features nobody else has shown yet. The first thing that you'll notice, carriers loads up much faster. It used to be sitting there scanning and scanning and scanning. At least now you get automatic right away. Wi-Fi is persistent. I can lock, and Wi-Fi is always on. We don't know what this has to do with the battery yet, but I have noticed that since I upgraded to the 4.0 beta, my battery is lasting much, much longer than it did with 3.12 and jailbroken with multitasking built into that using multi-flow. Brightness hasn't changed, sounds hasn't changed. General has a few new things to look at. Under network, you can now turn off your cellular data connection. This is great for parents or people who do not want to incur any kind of extra charges on their cellular bill, even when they're local. If they know they're near their maximum data connection, they can turn it off. That'll stop all push notifications and other services that would use their data connection. Location services now shows individual options to toggle whether an application is allowed to know where you're located. Camera, Google, and TomTom software is all I have at this time on here. The home button now searches a few extra pieces of criteria. You can not only search your standard list, but you now have podcasts and calendars, messages, mail, notes, audiobooks, video, stuff that you didn't have before. The passcode lock does have a new feature called Simple Passcode. By turning that on, you just get your simple 4 digits. Oh, looks like I had a crash in my settings. So passcode has the ability to do letters, numbers, or any combination of. Turning simple passcode off and creating one gives you the keyboard, which you can switch to numbers if you so desire. Keeping it on creates your standard numeric only 4-digit sequence for your passcode. Date and time has nothing new. Keyboard, however, we have a new set of rules in the keyboard. We have software keyboard layout, QWERTY, ASWERTY, and QWERTZ. By changing this, you can go into messages, mail, or anything else that uses the keyboard and you instantly have the new layout. That's the software keyboard layout. The hardware keyboard layout. This is for when you have a Bluetooth keyboard connected. How do the keys respond? I do not have a Bluetooth keyboard, so I can't show you how that works. Accessibility has added the ability to change the text in alerts, calendar, contacts, mail, messages, and notes. Steve Jobs' keynote did mention that there is a possibility you will get the ability to change it independently per application. We'll see how that comes as the beta comes along. The other thing I wanted to show that no one else has showed today is the ability that if you are putting in a bunch of stuff into the search box and you don't have anything on your phone, you can now search the web or Wikipedia with it. I think it's a great idea. This will take away search engine apps that you have installed, like Google or Yahoo, and you don't need to use them anymore. This will use your browser search engine, which is still Google at this point in time. That's all I have for you right now. As the updates are released and OS 4 becomes better, we will be able to show you more. For right now, you can certainly join my dev program to actually load OS 4 onto your 3rd generation iPod Touch, iPhone 3GS or iPhone 3G or 2nd generation iPod Touch by contacting me at iwantiPhoneOS4@nikon.ca. That's iwantiPhoneOS4@nikon.ca. Thank you very much. Goodbye.